Good evening guys, and yeah, I'm back here with another video, and it's just a short one also on Nikilith here after the buff or the fix to her passive Shelter of Faith. Now I know I've made a lot of Nikilith videos lately, but I just wanted to showcase last time here how great I actually think her passive is now that it's been fixed. And it's something that I actually noticed today when we had the bleed boss in Lioli. So I'm just gonna jump into it here and show you my last attempt here at trying to do a new record here on Sun Wukong. Now I have her at the exclusive 2, and that means that she is going to start with resonance enhancement status, which also means that she'll be starting with the passive buff, the Shelter of Faith buff, right? You can see the icon on the heroes here. It's the purple icon with something that looks like a shield in it, or something that's a round circle in the middle. Looks a bit like a wolf head actually, but also like a shield. I can't really explain it, but that is the icon for the Shelter of Faith, right? Now, if you notice here during the fight of some of my heroes, it will actually go away, and that is when they take more than 50% HP. Then the buff disappears and the rest of the attack from Sun Wukong will not go will only do 1 HP in damage, right? And then when Nikilith is reapplying her resonance enhancement status from her skill 4, her S4, the Burdensome Mercy, the buff actually reappears. And what happens here, if you look closely, is that as long as you actually heal up above 50%, now you can see here, I'm going to pause it here just right quick here. Look at my Marikis here. She took a lot of damage from Sun Wukong. She went below 50% HP. She is actually at 50% HP exactly right now. She's only being kept alive because of that buff and the shield effects that she has on. But if you look at my Marikis here when I start the fight again, you can see that once my Nikki, she just got her turn, she just put the buff back on Marikis here, and we can see it here if we pause it again. Now we have the buff again on Marikis here, and Marikis is still at 50% HP. So let's look at what happens when she takes a lot of damage here from Sun Wukong the next time. Let's see what happens. You can see here, actually the shield effect went away from Marikis, and she took a lot of damage from Sun Wukong. The buff disappeared, but she's still at 50% HP. And you can see it here that she's stuck at 50% HP. Actually, it looks like my Lance is also at 50% HP, and he is. And he doesn't have the buff either. So it's keeping us alive here. We cannot really die. We cannot get one shot from the Sun Wukong boss here. And now she just reapplied the buff again from Nikki here. You can see it again. We have it. Now we have the buff again here. We can only lose 1 HP if we take more than that damage. And it's the same with Lance. So we actually just stuck at 50% HP here. We have no healing sources, I think, other than, well, not too sure who is actually healing here. So I think I might just stay alive because of the shield buff and this Shelter of Faith passive here. And you can see now we are at the boss turn 11. This is when he starts hitting very hard. And we can see here that she's also, obviously, she is shielding a bit here, Nikki. And it is helping, of course. We also have the attack down on the boss and stuff like that, but the point of this video is actually just to show you how strong that passive Shelter of Faith is from Nikki. And obviously it works on exclusive 0 and 1 as well. You just have to be faster than the boss so that you can use your S4 before he takes his first turn, in case you get one shot from the beginning. Once you've done that, then you can keep it going, obviously. But obviously exclusive 2 on Nikki helps a lot, because then the resonance enhancement status is 4 turns instead of 2 turns, which is a huge help. But here you can actually see, once again, if we pause it here, just pausing it here, and you can see that all my heroes here, they are at 50% HP. If you look at the left corner here, you can see that actually everyone is actually at 50% HP, and Nikki still have 1 cooldown left here before she can use the shield. So she actually used that. So now I got the buff again. So you can see it is keeping me alive. I'm never getting below 50% HP because of all the shielding and all of the... So doesn't even have to heal me up above 50%. As long as you have the buff and you are at 50% or more, then you cannot die. Not a one shot anyway, so I think that's great actually. And I think with exclusive 3, when it turns into a 66% and a 33%, then you just have 2 chances all the time of not dying, I think. Hopefully that is how it is going to work. But let's see if we broke the record here, and I don't think we did, but it was a very close attempt at least, and we are doing some great damage compared to some of these other beasts here in the game. Anyways guys, that was just to show you the passive of Nikki. I hope you understand how the the passive is working now after it's been fixed. So she is actually very strong on her own, in her own way, I would say. And Nikki is very strong. She also has the damage amplifier from her passive as well, so I think that is great. Have a nice evening guys, cheers, bye.